Hello, beautiful people. It's Ebony and Botany, and thank you so much for joining my channel. I know I have seen a lot of new people that have joined recently, and I want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for supporting my channel. It means a lot to me. I've been working very, very hard to grow my channel and to add more people to this amazing community. So please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. For those of you who have been here since day one, you are seeing the new chapter in my entrepreneurial life, and I want to give you a special thank you as well for hanging in there and being a part of my journey, because you have seen my growth from my very first video up until now, and I would say it's quite a difference. And as always, if you or somebody you know wants to take a tour of Tanzania, if they want to go on a safari, or if they want to relocate to Tanzania or Zanzibar, my team and I are here to be your premier provider of your African experience. We offer 5-star white glove service to make sure that your transition is smooth and stress-free. We have a team of professionals that we have partnered with and that we have hired to make sure that you are dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's, and that you are within compliance when you're trying to make a move as big as going halfway across the world to a foreign country. My team and I focus on offering a luxe lifestyle or transition for those of you who are looking for 5-star service. So if that fits your needs, if that's what you're wanting, then I'm your girl. That's what I specialize in, is luxury and the higher end 5-star lifestyle. So keep us in mind. If you need more information, my email will be in the description box below, as well as in this video. I also want you to keep in mind that everyone on my team is a local Tanzanian citizen who is highly qualified and is certified in their area of expertise. So when you support or when you retain my businesses, you're also supporting someone who is a native Tanzanian. So thank you for that. From the bottom of our hearts, I appreciate it, because we truly believe in employing people that are in the country of Tanzania. It sometimes takes a little bit longer and we have to jump through some hoops, but it's been a wonderful experience, and we are committed to adding to the advancement of Tanzania. So got that out of the way, let's get started with this video, okay? Today I'm going to talk about the do's and don'ts in the Tanzanian culture. I want you to keep in mind first, this is a disclaimer, that some of these are just things that I notice as an outsider about the Tanzanian culture, that maybe someone who is Tanzanian may not think about because they are a part of the culture. And then some of these things are actually in fact things that you want to keep in mind so that you don't offend, because it is a part of their societal norms and their social etiquette. So let's get started. First and foremost, respect in the Tanzanian culture is huge. Respect is a very big deal. There's a respect for the roles within the family, and there is a special emphasis on respecting the elders. So you want to keep that in mind when traveling there, that when you encounter someone who can perceive to be older than you, that you address them with respect. The main things that you want to keep in mind is that when it comes to someone like a friend's parent, or your spouse's parent, or anyone that is perceived to be older than you, you want to address them by mama or baba. If you think that they're even older, like a great grandparent or a grandparent, you would address them by saying bibi or babu. So in their culture, you do not address elders by their first name. That was one thing that was a little bit of a learning curve and a transition for me personally, because when I first met my husband and we first got married, in the American culture, we often call our mother-in-laws by their first name. Sometimes we'll call them, mom, if you're really comfortable and you have a really good relationship, but oftentimes, especially in the beginning, you will call them by their first name. And that is a big no-no in the Tanzanian culture. So it took me some getting used to, although I didn't really have anything against it. It was, in my view, just hard for me to call another woman mom that wasn't actually my mom. But once you marry someone, they really embrace you as their own. So I automatically am her daughter, just like her own daughter, and vice versa, as she is automatically my mom, just like my own mom. But like I said, that for me personally was a little bit of a transition, because I was not accustomed to calling anyone else by the title of mom other than my own biological mother. So that can be something that can be an adjustment, but you want to keep in mind because it is offensive to them and their culture. The second thing is a pretty simple thing that's really done worldwide, and it's hit or miss in America or in the West, is taking off your shoes. You always want to take your shoes off when you enter someone's home. As some of you may know, I'm not going to assume all of you, but it's pretty widely known that especially in Asian cultures, like the Japanese culture, you always take your shoes off before entering a home. It's the same thing in the Tanzanian culture. It is definitely something that you want to do and be aware of before entering someone's home, is to always take your shoes off. The next thing would be just out of a sense of endearment. You want to try to learn some key Swahili words. Of course, you don't have to master the language immediately, but just learning a couple words just to show people that you're putting forth the effort makes all the difference. Tanzanians love it when they see that people are trying to learn their national language, which is key Swahili. So saying a few terms like hello, which is habari, or the slang version of that would be mambo, or saying thank you, asante, or saying please, tafadhali, or saying no, hapana, or yes, which is ndio. Learning how to say certain terms would really help you in acclimating and assimilating into the culture. And like I said, they love it when you try. So try to learn simple terms that will help you navigate the culture. The next thing is, it's a very communal culture, which is one thing that I absolutely love about being there and being around this community of people, is they are very communal. They help their neighbors, and everyone will pitch in the community to help anyone, to look out for the children, look out for each other. One example, if you are there for a long period of time, that you will see is that there can be a random car that is broken down on the street or the highway, and you will see just random people that don't know the person who owns the car come out and help the person with their car, because that's part of their community and part of their culture is being communal. So you want to try to take those things on and be more open to helping your neighbor, getting to know the people within your neighborhood, saying hello, attending dinners that you might be invited to. Oftentimes you'll be invited to someone's house. So be more flexible and more open to being a part of the society and getting to know the people around you, because it's just a part of who they are. They're very endearing to their neighbors. They're very endearing to foreigners. So something that you want to try to adapt as well. This next one is it's not tricky, but I'm gonna try to explain it in the best way possible. It's just coming down to stereotypes and not making assumptions. So as I mentioned in other videos, Tanzania is a country of over 120 tribes. It might be 130 now, I lose track, but it's definitely over 120. And with that comes, each tribe has their own way of doing things, or things about their tribe that makes them unique. Okay, so there's the Tanzanian culture as a whole, and then if you break that down into each person's tribe, whatever tribe that person comes from, they have traits or character traits about that tribe that makes them unique. Okay, so I say that to say you don't want to make assumptions when you meet or befriend people from Tanzania. But when you meet people from Tanzania, try not to make assumptions that all people in Tanzania are like that, or that the people that you become closest with, that's how all of them act. I equate it to the same thing as how we talk about people in New York versus people in the South. Each region within the US has different character traits of how the people act in general, right? So it's the same thing with Tanzania. It's a huge country, and when you meet people, they're gonna come from a certain tribe, and that tribe has certain characteristics about them. So just like anywhere else in the world, Tanzanians are very much on an individual basis as far as trying to characterize them. So try not to make assumptions, or try not to presume that how you interact with one Tanzanian is how you're going to interact with another. So for example, if you interact with one Tanzanian and they tell you, oh, this is how we do things in my home, that does not mean that's how someone else would do things in their home, just because you're in this country. So just keep that in mind, that they all have their unique characteristics and special things that make them special based on the tribe they come from. One thing that I find that's interesting and kind of funny and endearing is that, my husband is around his friends and they're all from different tribes, is he'll say, oh, well, he's Chaga, that's why why he says that, or that's Haya for you, or that's the Lagurus and that's why they said that, you know, or here comes the Sukumas, that's why they're saying this. I mean, they each have their own individual stereotypes about where they come from and what makes them unique and different characteristics. So that kind of gives you some insight and let you know that yes, they have certain traits about them and they each have their own individual characteristics that make them unique. So try not to generalize when you are there as well until you truly understand the regions and the people and the things that make them unique. Another thing that you'll find when you are there is that people will address you by kaka or dada. Kaka meaning brother and dada meaning sister. And that is just another form of how they show their community affection and their way of saying that, you know, you are one of them. Is that everyone within your peer group is going to be kaka or dada. And I think it's, you know, it's wonderful and it makes you feel like you are a part of their society and a part of their country. So don't be surprised if you are addressed as such, and feel free to do it back. Like I said, you know, Tanzanians love it when you are trying to be a part of the culture and trying to learn to be a part of the culture. So don't be intimidated. Take it with acceptance and love and give that love back. So here's another interesting and kind of funny one for you. Never offer things with your left hand. And that is because traditionally the left hand is what's used to clean your body when you go to the bathroom. If you're not using toilet paper, if you travel the world, you know, the toilet paper is not something that is used widely all over the world. Your hand, your left hand, is what's used to clean yourself after you've gone to the restroom. So nothing is ever offered with the left hand. As far as washing, then also before you eat, typically they will bring you a bowl with some water and you are to wash your hands before you start eating, because there are a lot of traditional meals that you use your right hand to eat with, like ugali and chapatis, and you wash beforehand. Sometimes they'll bring a bowl, they pass it around, you wash beforehand, and then you start to eat. So that gives you a little insight. If someone brings you a bowl randomly before you start eating, you know why. As Westerners, we always shake with the right hand, but just remember not to offer anything with the left hand. And now you know why. Ebony taught you. So that was this edition of Ebony's Do's and Don'ts when it comes to the Tanzanian culture. I hope you got some insight, some tips, and some things that you can apply to your visit or your move there. Keep in mind, if you are looking to go on a tour of Tanzania, go on a safari, or relocate to Tanzania or Zanzibar, my team and I are here to help you. We are the premier provider of your African experience. We offer 5-star white glove service for those of you who want to try to visit or move to the country. We make sure that your transition is smooth and stress-free, so you don't have to worry about anything. We do all the work, you just enjoy experiencing the culture. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Comment below if you have anything to add. I love reading you guys' comments. I try to stay as engaged as possible and respond to as many as possible. And until next time, bye.